Chag Sameach and happy Chanukah to everybody. It's Rabbi Tobin here in the Gruen Sanctuary at B'nai Shalom in West Orange. And I'm here to show you how to light your Chanukiah in celebration of the Festival of Lights. This is one of our most joyous holidays. There's no work prohibitions, there's food, there's song. This year, unfortunately, we're going to be observing it because of COVID, often alone in our homes, just with our immediate family. So there may be people lighting the Chanukiah who have never been the one lighting it before. In ideal times, everybody gets to light their own Chanukiah. In ancient times, in times of great poverty, a single light was enough to fulfill the mitzvah of lighting a Hanukkah light. So most of us are privileged to have a Chanukiah, not a menorah, but a Chanukiah, and it has 9 branches to it, as you see. There's 8 in a line, and then there's one somehow that's higher or differentiated from the others. That's because we're not allowed to make any practical use of the lights of this Chanukiah, only to admire them and be inspired of God's miracles in ancient times. That one other light is the one, if you have a candle Chanukiah, that you would use to light the others. You would take that candle and you would use it to light the others. We never use one of the 8 to light each other, because that would be using it for something other than just admiring. So the first question is, where do we put the candles in the Chanukiah? So from your point of view, looking at me, this is set up correctly. So it's going to be on the right. You put the oldest candle in first. So the first one's on the right, and then like Hebrew, you go right to left. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, and day 8. So eventually it'll be filled in from right to left. Now here's the tricky part. When you light them, you're going to light the most recent candle first. So when they go into the Chanukiah from right to left, you're going to light them from left to right, with the most recent day, the newest day of the miracle, being the first candle that you light each night. Finally, one last really tricky thing. The menorah was originally designed not to sit on your living room, but to sit way over there by the windows, showing the miracle to the people outside. So if you do have a electric menorah or even a flame menorah that you're lighting as a Chanukiah, and you're going to put that in the window for people outside to see, which is by far the best practice. Be careful of the curtains and everything else. We don't want to start a fire. But you have it visible. You have to think of the point of view of the person who is outside your house looking in. And these candles need to appear to them outside your house looking in this order. That means when you place it in the window, for the people inside, it will be left to right instead of right to left, so that the people outside can see it properly from right to left. Most of us are lighting a Chanukiah in the middle of our homes, not visible to the outside, and so you'll do exactly what I've done, right to left, and you'll place it somewhere where you can see it right to left. Now, on the first time that you light candles, whether it's the first night of Hanukkah or not, you're going to add the prayer Shehechianu. So there are 2 brachot for Chanukah, and then there's the Shehechianu for the first time you light candles on any given year. So you're going to say 3 brachot the first night you light candles, and then every night after that, it's just 2 brachot. Then there's a paragraph after the brachot where we declare these candles to be unfit for use of any kind other than just admiring them because of the miracle. We'll look at that. And then after that, people very often sing Ma'od Sur. So I'm going to do the whole procedure together with you now. I've placed in as if it is the second night of Hanukkah. If it's the first night, you would only have 1 candle over here plus the shamash, the extra light, okay? So you always light the shamash first. If you have olive oil, that is by far the most beautiful way to do a menorah because it's like the oil of the miracle in the times of the Maccabees. Okay, always say a bracha before you do the action, okay? So you'll notice I'm going to do all my brachot without lighting. And then in the paragraph, Hanerot Halalu, that's when I light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim lavoteinu, bayamim hahem Bazman hazeh. Bless you, Lord our God, Master of the universe, who commanded us to light the Chanukah lights and who performed miracles for our ancestors in those times at this season. And then the first time you light, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. If you're in Cedar Sim Shalom for weekdays and Shabbat, on page 308, you see the paragraph Hanerot Halalu, which we read as we light the candles. Hanerot Halalu anachnu madlikim, Hanerot Halalu anachnu madlikim, al hanisim ve'al haniflaot ve'al hatishuot ve'al hamilchamot she'asita la'avotenu she'asita la'avotenu bayamim hahem bayamim hahem bayamim hahem bazman hazeh על ידי כהניך הקדושים, וכל 8 ימי חנוכה הנרות הללו קודש הם, ואין לנו רשות להשתמש בהם, אלא לראותם בלבד, כדי להודות להלל, לשמך הגדול, על ניסיך ועל נפלותיך ועל ישועתך. These lights which we kindle and recall the wondrous triumphs and the miraculous deeds and victories through your holy Kohanim for our ancestors from ancient days until our time. These lights are sacred throughout all the 8 days of Hanukkah. We may not make use of them or their light, but only look upon them and thus be reminded to thank and praise you for the wondrous miracle of our deliverance. And then the words of Ma'od Tzur with transliteration on page 308 and 309. Ma'od Tzur Yeshuati Lechana Elishabeach Tikon Beit Tefilati V'sham Toda Nizabeach Le'etachin Matbeach Nitzar Haminabeach Az Egmor B'shir Mizmor Chanukah HaMizbeach Az Egmor B'shir Mizmor Chanukah HaMizbeach. Happy Hanukkah, and I hope that you and your family enjoy the Festival of Lights, bringing light from darkness, especially at this year when we have had so much that we have been frustrated or sorrowed by. May this moment of joy reach you and all whom you love. Happy Hanukkah.